years in the National League, had Stanley Cup champion as a coach in Montreal, had outstanding years as a coach at the Nova Scotia Voyageurs in Halifax, and his off-season home is in Nova Scotia. 4-2, Toronto leads, play in the Leaf zone. Here's another chance for McMillan, checked at the blue line, but kept the puck onside. Chouinard puts it across in front. Jura steers it away for the Leafs. Rick Vive coming in on Brad Marsh. The shot whistles wide, and Vive really drilled it. Maloney with the puck. To Vive in front. Brad Marsh tied him up. Vive almost stole the puck. Shand with the puck at center ice. Shooting it in. Lemelin watching it back of the net. Maloney bumps his way in after the puck. Now DeLego took a check from Radicchio. Guy Chouinard has the puck. His pass deflects to center ice. Lavelli, a backhand pass. Chouinard reaching it, bringing it to the Leaf line. Stolen by Anderson. Back to Toronto. John Anderson on Radicchio, who took him out. Lavelli comes in to get the puck to Brad Marsh. Nearing the 2-minute mark, second period. Leafs lead 4-2. Zanussi lost the puck, steered to the side by Turnbull. Ian Turnbull, quick pass up the middle. Boschman with the puck. Zanussi winds up, he shoots, it deflects wide. Brad Marsh tipped the shot into the crowd.
Good defensive play by Brad Marsh. As soon as the slap shot by Zanussi took place, he just laid that stick out in front of it. Deflected the puck over the glass. There's Reggie Lemelin. What a surprise he's been for the Flames. See his record.
His goals against average is an even 3, and he has 2 shutouts, and he was signed as a free agent.
Very quick, plays the angle so well, helps himself with his housework around that crease area, handles the puck, works with his defenseman really well.
Russell with the puck. Number 20 with him is Murdoch. Up front, number 24, Poplinski at center for Calgary. 18, Hindmarsh is on the left wing, and 17, Hislop is the right winger. Poplinski with the puck. Put it in front, and Hislop couldn't quite reach it. Hislop from the corner, checked and knocked down by Zanussi. And the Leafs take over as the puck is controlled by Boschman. Number 12 is Laurie Boschman, boy from Brandon, dumping the puck in. It bounces, Lemelin handles it, gets it to Poplinski. Big rookie from Toronto Marlboros loses the puck. Zanussi fanned on it. Turnbull shoots, missed the net. Melrose keeping it in. Right in front, and again Zanussi didn't get the shot away. Had a little trouble handling the puck. Now it's held in the corner to stop the play. From Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this is Hockey Night in Canada.
Everywhere, people are discovering the variety of Amway quality products without going shopping.
My laundry looks great with Amway SA8.
Nutrilite food bars by Amway get me through the morning.
Artistry Cosmetics and Jewelry by Amway get me through the evening.
Amway has it all.
Shop the world of Amway, so easy to do.
Well, Jim, you'd think when you were injured, you'd get a night off. That isn't the case with the Maple Leafs. Mike Nicoluk tonight. It's Borja Salming out with a shoulder injury, handling the duties behind the bench, working with Mike Nicoluk.
Leafs leading 4-2 as Robert's shot is blocked by Clement. Put in behind the net by Ferris. Settlebar trying to center it. Bratton left a little early and didn't get that puck, but it goes to Wilson, who backhands it to center ice. And then he took a check from Boudreau. Brad Marsh with the puck. 23, Reinhardt, his defensive partner, taking the pass. Clement at center for Calgary. As the Leafs have a delayed offside being called against them, but it's waved off as the Flames bring it out. Bratton is number 21, going to the puck for Calgary. It's controlled by Shand, lost it to Marsh. Marsh being checked by Bruce Boudreau, giving him some trouble. Now Bert Wilson with the puck, shooting it in. He's out there with LeBratton and Clement. Clement moves in to check Settlebauer. Settlebauer being chased back at the net by Clement, and the puck is iced. Leafs seem to be on the ropes here a little bit early in the second period. That goal right at the start of the period has unsettled them a bit.
Well, you just never know what the coach will say to you between periods. Sometimes it's not very pleasant things that he will say to you if you're playing bad. Ian Turnbull, suspenders came apart there.
Dan Lemelin working on them.
But you know, a lot of times, Jim, a player doesn't have to be told when he's playing bad. He knows it. And it's up to him to make the adjustment necessary. But you can't substitute anything for effort. The effort has to be there.
Turnbull banks the puck around to the boards for Martin. He's bumped by Murdoch. That's Russell chasing the puck. Sittler moves into forecheck. Paymont picking up Holt along the boards as Kent Nielsen turns with the puck. 4-2 the score. Toronto leads. 4 minutes gone, second period. The pass missing. Willie Platt race for the puck. And now Calgary's called for icing, and they'll face it off at the other end. This time, as you look at Randy Holt, I'd like to pass along a special hello to all hospital patients and the shut-ins, those who can't get out to hockey games but enjoy the sport and enjoy hockey night in Canada. A special hello to you folks tonight. There's the scoreboard above the ice at Maple Leaf Gardens. 3 goals by Will Paymont, 1 by Terry Martin. As the smiling Leaf fan looks on.
Jim, just watch for the Flames winger, especially the wingers, to cut to the open, especially to the middle. You know, since the Flames have that experience and those good passing centermen, they get a lot of breaks by doing this.
Platt and Reinhardt have scored the Calgary goals as Phil Russell starts out with the puck. Good pass to Nielsen, but he's just a shade offside. Had he been able to control it cleanly at the blue line, he might have burst right into the clear there with his good speed. But he was just a shade offside, although he disagrees with the call of Brad Marsh. Hasn't been standing too close to the razor lately, though, has he?
Trying to change his luck, as are a lot of the Flame players. Flames virtually, the defense especially, get involved in the offensive flow. Reinhardt, Russell.
Murdoch getting back to get control of the puck for the Flames. Now to Willie Platt. Murdoch follows up with the puck. Watched by Melrose. Murdoch puts it around behind the net. Nielsen tripped up by Turnbull. The puck came out to center ice to Darryl Sittler. Paymont is on his right. Sittler moving in on Russell. Russell stayed right with him. Took him out. Paymont interfered with by Randy Holt, is trying to stay with him, and the one glove comes off in the exchange. It's Paymont's, and he recovers it. Russell hands it to Paymont back in the net. Trying to come in front, and the puck is steered to the corner. Randy Holt in possession there for Calgary. Holt to Platt, tipped away from him. Shot in by Derlego, but it's a little early in the place, called offside. Tonight's game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
This is the General Electric Pot Scrubber 2. The Drakes own one. Their neighbors don't.
Lasagna, darlings. Simply marvelous.
It has the unique multi-orbit spray arm that puts the water where you need it most.
Mine couldn't get it clean.
And a very clean conscience about saving you energy.
Arriba! The chili, it was hot on the pot. It is dirty.
The General Electric Pot Scrubber 2. Either you have one or you don't.
Center ice at Maple Leaf Gardens, where they hope they'll see some playoff games, but no one knows at this stage. The great battle will go right down to the wire. The Leafs have to finish with a back-to-back pair against the Quebec Nordiques, and that's a good hockey team.
Yes, they're going to surprise a lot of people in that first round.
In fact, there could be some upsets in the first round, don't you think, Gary?
You really have to be aware. They've got speed up in the forward line.
I think this year, more than any year, the first round could have some upsets in it. Best of 5 series start the Wednesday after the league ends. And the season ends on the 5th of April, a week tomorrow. Battle for the puck along the boards in Calgary territory. Juris put it in front. It deflects. And Lemelin saw it all the way. Rajon Lemelin now in goal for Calgary after Pat Wiggin played the first period. Gave up the 4 Toronto goals. 4-2 the score. The Flames having a little difficulty in their own zone. Chouinard gets it out to McMillan. Lost it at his own blue line. Maloney was allowed to stay onside, says the linesman, because the Flames put the puck back in their own zone. Some thought that play was offside. Derlego interfered with in front of the net. Farish takes a shot that tips over to Rick Vive. He's tied up. Puck is kept in by Farish. Maloney to Vive. Derlego's in front. Derlego shoots. The save by Lemelin. Farish shoots and deflects. Another shot to score. Rick Vive.
That puck was knocked down by a high stick by the Leafs, and I think they're going to get away with one. And Lemelin, he's out there right away arguing, and justifiably so. But another giveaway. That started it all off in the Flame zone. Now watch the scramble. You're going to see that puck bounce high in the air. Derlego actually knocked it down, and then Ricky Vive put it in the net. Now let's see if we can have a better look at it. The puck will come up in the air and see if Derlego knocks it down with a high stick. Or was it Vive that actually had the stick up? In any event, it certainly will count.
The 30th goal of the year for Rick Vive. Farish and Derlego get assists. 6:15, the time of the goal. Either Vive or Derlego's stick did appear to be above the shoulder, knocking the puck to the ice. That's why Lemelin and the Flames argued with referee Denny Morrell, but it was a brief argument. They weren't going to win it. Toronto leads 5-2. Vive hits the 30-goal mark. Chance for Heinmarsh coming in front. He ran into the goaltender and took him right out. With a shot, they score! Heinmarsh made the play.
Now, Jim, it was time for Bunny LaRocque to argue the play, but what a play by Heinmarsh there. I mean, he showed some real guts by getting involved in front of the net, and he was rewarded with a goal.
His first game in the NHL, and here's Dave Heinmarsh with his first NHL goal.
Well, he's tied up pretty good there by Boschman, and they collide with Bunny LaRocque. Now, it looks like they're going to hold the puck, but it comes loose. Maybe Hislop just deflected it out in front, but Heinmarsh, #1 in the NHL.
It's 5-3 for Toronto. They're announcing the goal by Heinmarsh at 6:48. This is Hockey Night in Canada from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Good times, that's what everybody needs. Good times, breaking away and feeling free. My friends and I are gonna find good times. And when it's time for a beer, it's time for Canadian. There's a glass of Canadian to the good times.
Here for good times.
Yeah.
Go, Leafs, go. But it only took the Flames 33 seconds to get to within 2 goals again. Flames have always scored a lot of goals, and one stretch there, Jim, of about 15 games, they were averaging 6 goals a game. So they do have a lot of power up front.
And the Leafs are scoring more goals than any year in the history of the team, although they're 10th in the league right now in goals scored. Dave Heinmarsh scoring his first NHL goal. Poplinski got the assist.
Well, it's always a real thrill getting your first NHL goal. But talk about going at the net. Heinmarsh certainly did that. And it looked like Hislop dug the puck out there, but it was Poplinski given the assist.
6:48 was the time of that Calgary goal. 33 seconds after Vive scored his 30th of the year for the Leafs. So it's a 5-3 hockey game, and we're not even halfway through the second period. Play in the Leaf zone as Sittler's tied up along the boards. Bratton going in to try and dig out the puck. Shand gets possession on the boards. He's being checked by Clement, trying to dig out the puck. Clement gets it loose, puts it behind the net. Settlebauer goes to the puck. Wilson moves to Settlebauer and bumps him, and the puck comes to center ice. Brad Marsh, Phil Russell. Toronto 5, Calgary 3. In goes Clement. Backhanding it to the corner. That's Wilson going in there doing some heavy work on the inboards, and I think he's going to get a penalty for it. Now Clement is down on Boudreau. Settlebauer arrives now. I think out of all this is going to be a penalty to Bert Wilson for a cross-check on Slava Duras moving to the end boards. As Denny Morrell going to assess some form of penalty here. I think Wilson, number 8 of the Flames, who's doing a little arguing there, is going to get the only penalty. And right now he's saying, who, me? Well, with the score, the Leafs 5, the Flames 3. This is Hockey Night in Canada.
About this time every year, my partner and I head out on our annual cattle drive. Used to get pretty rugged, but now we got this new Ford club wagon. Told my partner I bought the club because of its strong body-on-frame construction, twin I-beam front suspension, and very good mileage. But heck, what's a cattle drive without stereo and captain's chairs, huh? Of course, we'll also take along our Ford Supervan. The extra load length really helps on a cattle drive.
Cattle drive?
Well, she'd hate a cattle car.
See your Ford or Mercury dealer.
Watch Bert Wilson coming in there with the cross-check. He gets his second penalty of the game. And remember, the first 3 penalties all resulted in goals. And here we go again.
Cross-checking, as you saw, 7:47, as you see, the time of Bert Wilson's penalty. The Leafs 2 for 2 on their power plays tonight. Calgary's 1 for 1 on theirs. And, of course, these teams do have two of the best power plays in the NHL. 12:10 left in the second period now. The score 5-3 for the Maple Leafs. Sittler with the puck. Now the Toronto power play. Number 2 with the puck is Turnbull. Number 14 now in possession is Robert. Up front it's Sittler, Paymont, and Settlebauer. Rennie Robert into the slot, and the puck slides loose to Jamie Hislop. Calgary's penalty killers, number 17 and number 10, that is Hislop and Clement, are up front. On defense, number 5 is Russell and number 20 is Murdoch, as Robert starts a rush.
You know, I'm really surprised that Robert's carrying the puck, because prior to the game, he's wearing a brace on his wrist. He has a lot of difficulty handling a puck, so why not give it to somebody else?
Sittler from Paymont, put it in front. Lemelin scooped it, and it came right back. He got a break there, but he stayed right with the puck and came up with it.
It's been a trying year for Rennie Robert, playing in his 49th game. Injuries have plagued him throughout the season. 2 concerned coaches. There's Robert. He said, I can shoot the puck all right, but I had a lot of problem handling it and carrying it. And he does have a devastating shot from that right point.
He scored 12 goals this year, 8 of them in Colorado and 4 of them since coming over to the Maple Leafs. Now Clement goes to the bench as he's replaced by Murdoch, or rather by McMillan. McMillan is taking his face-off against Darryl Sittler, tying each other up in the circle. Settlebauer digging for the puck. Murdoch checking him. Settlebauer turning in the corner. Now Sittler got it to the point. Turnbull keeps it onside. To Robert. Shooting. Right on. Lemelin kicks it out. Sittler shoots. It's blocked in front. Puck is still in play. Sittler taken to the side by McMillan. Sittler out of the corner. To the point to Turnbull. To Robert. Paymont tips it. Settlebauer just failed to tip it in. Almost a double deflection right in front. Sittler to Turnbull. Robert shooting. Deflects off the side of the net. It hit Paymont, who's already scored 3 times. Number 99, Paymont digging it out. Jamie Hislop gets the puck. Scoops it out. 28 seconds left in the Calgary penalty to Bert Wilson. 5-3 is the score. Toronto leads. Ian Turnbull shooting it in front. Came through the crowd. I think it hit the post. Turnbull back at center. 14 seconds left in this power play. Dan Maloney shoots. Missed it. Robert shoots. Blocked. Derlego centers it. Steered away. Robert shoots. He scores. They have picked off Russell. It's 6-3 Toronto.
Now Robert had enough chances, and that is another power play goal. Only 1 second remained. Now let's see the Leafs on the power play. Robert just lets that shot go. Didn't have time to really set up and let a drive go. Now it was not deflected. Vibe tried to get his stick on it. Rennie Robert will get the goal.
Number 14, Rennie Robert. Assist number 9, Dan Maloney. And number 19, Bill Derlego. Time 9:46.
Jim, the Leafs have something going on this power play. That's the 3rd consecutive goal.
3 for 3 in their power play. Do you think Russell should have blocked the shot or tried to? He looked like he was going to try and block it and then pulled back, and he fooled his goaltender. Lemelin had very little chance then. Derlego up the middle. Vibe on his right. Maloney on his left. Maloney shoots. Missed the net. Shand goes to the puck. Took a check from Randy Holt. Holt starting out with the puck. Picking his way to center. Hey, Randy's far from the worst hockey player on the ice tonight. He hasn't played a lot at the forward spot, but he's doing it tonight. Moving into forecheck now. And when Holt's out there, they keep their head up. And Plett along the boards. Holt trying to dig out the puck. Plett throws a high, hard check. The Leafs come out with the puck. Derlego with Vibe and Maloney. Vibe to Maloney. He shoots. Missed the net. Derlego back of the net. Just failed to come in front. Maloney centering it. Derlego just missed it. Ricky Vibe on his backhand. Centered it. Lemelin scared it away. Hey, this line's having a great time out there. Having a big shift. Melrose shoots it high. Duck up there. Unfortunately, this could be better. This game is coming to you from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto.
Hey, did you ever think of using a stick?
Like this?
Like this. An antiperspirant stick. Menon Speed Stick Plus.
Speed Stick Plus? I'd use a stick with antiperspirant.
Is that smooth?
All-day protection against odor and wetness.
That Menon Speed Stick shape sure makes it easy. I'll use it.
Menon Speed Stick Plus Antiperspirant. From the makers of Speed Stick, Canada's #1 stick deodorant.
Mike Nikolic looking at the clock. He just loved to see it disappear right now. He'll take the score the way it is. Gary Dornhofer, you were with the Philadelphia Flyers, and they missed the playoffs on the last day of the season. Some of these teams going into the stretch must be thinking of that kind of situation.
It was the last 7 seconds, believe it or not, right in Buffalo. But you know what happens, Jim? You look back and say, boy, if we'd only won some games earlier in the year. A few teams will be doing that.
This is McMillan going to the front of the net. Couldn't get the shot away. Anderson to Zanussi, coming in on Russell. Loshman going for the net. McMillan back checking, took him out of the play. McMillan comes up with the puck. Bob McMillan. Number 4 with him is Rada Kellio. On the left is Lavallee. McMillan makes a good move. Coming in on goal to Lavallee. They score! Great play by McMillan. And it's 6-4. And there's 8:30 left in the second period.
Jim, you didn't really expect to see a 2-1 hockey game tonight, did you?
No. 8-7 maybe.
Hey, McMillan. First of all, he comes back in his own zone and breaks up a scoring play by the Leafs and then carries it the length of the ice. Rada Kellio, from his defensive position, gets involved in front of the net and deflects it home. But full marks to Bobby McMillan, both defensively and in doing the job offensively. What a good play here, good individual effort, and Rada Kellio slips it past Larocque.
That's the 9th goal of the season for Pekka Radakallio, a native of Finland. McMillan with a great rush, setting him up at 11:30 of the second period, the time of the 4th Calgary goal. Flett racing to the puck on the inboards, won the race, so there's no icing, as he beat Duras to the puck. Paymont, who has scored 3 goals for the Leafs, bumped on the boards by Holt. Duras with the puck, looking for Sittler. Paymont on the right wing. This is Paymont. Shoots. A rebound. Sittler couldn't get his stick on it in front as Murdoch had him partially checked in front of Rajan Lemelin. Sittler from the corner. Puck rolls loose. Kent Nielsen plays it up to Willie Plett. Got it outside the line. Nielsen with the puck. Toronto 6, Calgary 4. 7:45 left in the second period as Farish dumped the puck in. Lemelin controls it. Reinhart backs it on the boards. Heinmarsh going after the puck. David Heinmarsh, number 18 in his first NHL game, and has scored a goal in this 6-4 hockey game with Toronto leading by 2. They led 4-1 at the end of the first period. Heinmarsh playing it back, getting a return pass. Oh, he's taken out by Farish. They're going to give Farish a penalty for tripping. And he's got a devastating hip check, as many players around the league have found out. And he's going to get 2 minutes for a trip here.
You see Heinmarsh going for the puck. He didn't even have control of it. Farish comes in. And the way the penalties have been going, we can expect another goal.
Now let's see what's happening at the Montreal Forum.
Going back to the net. Ricebrough and Jarvis go in to help. Jarvis got a skate on it. It comes loose into the big circle. Johnstone scores! Well, you could see that one coming. Johnstone.
Well, some good forechecking by the New York Rangers and Eddie Johnstone, who is having a fantastic year. A real worker, lets a slap shot go, deflected off a Montreal defender, and the Rangers are ahead of the Canadians trying to break that unbeaten streak in the form. I think it's 24 games now the Canadians have gone.
Of course, they're without the great Guy Lafleur, but everybody's happy he's able to talk about coming back and playing after that car accident. The score here is 6-4 in favor of the Toronto Maple Leafs, but they're now shorthanded. The penalty to Farish was for kneeing at 12:44. McMillan shoots, it's blocked. And the puck is steered out to Zanussi. Shooting it back into Calgary zone. Zanussi moving it to check Reinhart. Number 23, Reinhart. Number 16, Chouinard taking the pass. 11, McMillan. Now LeBreton, number 21 with the puck. They're on the power play. So is Hislop going for the front of the net. Pass went to the boards. Reinhart moves in to put it to the corner. McMillan couldn't handle it, and it shot down the ice. Toronto's penalty killers changing on the fly. Zanussi goes to the bench. So does Boschman. 99, Paymont. And 25, Martin come out as Toronto penalty killers. That's Turnbull golfing the puck down the ice, but the Leafs are called offside as Melrose and Turnbull are on the Leaf defense right now.
Well, every power play that the Flames have, you can expect to see Kent Nilsson out there. Assistant coach Pierre Paget, really an intelligent hockey man, always willing to spend time with you and go over hockey strategy. He feels they have the time, or they have not the time, they have the players to do a job this year if they apply themselves. That's the important thing. The coach can put all the strategy you want down the blackboard, but if the players don't follow it, what good is it?
Paget from Dalhousie University, who worked in Halifax with Al McNeil when he coached the Voyageurs. Pekka Radicchio, who has scored the 4th Calgary goal in this shootout. Punch Imlach is going to do a little stretching there. Gee whiz, Punch, you got to watch it now. There's a lot of time left. 6:15 left in the second period. Let's just try to figure out how he can maybe pull the light switch here.
The way things are going, I would say we're looking at about an 8-7 hockey game tonight.
Maybe a power failure, or turn off the ice machine or something.
Look at Jim. People like goals, so they're going to see a lot of them.
Well, the people here like them if they're scored by the guys in the white uniform. There's been a lot of goals in this one, and there will be more, I think. A shot by Chouinard, covered up by Larocque. With Willie Plett, the big guy right in front of the net. Things happening here, but things are also happening at the Forum in Montreal.
Mickey, I know the Canadians would love to get a goal before this period expires. Maloney coming in, looking for the third. He scores!
Yeah, Don Maloney intercepts the pass right at the blue line, and since he's come back from the injured list, he has really done a remarkable job. That puck jumped before it hit Sevigny and handcuffed him, and the Rangers ahead 3-0.
3-0 Rangers over Montreal. Remember, the Rangers are battling for one of these last playoff spots. They're not a sure thing to get to the playoffs either. This is Kent Nilsson in the clear. Nilsson in on Larocque. He scores! A showdown goal by Kent Nilsson, and it's 6-5 Toronto.
Now, something that Kent Nilsson does so well, and the Flames really work on this, have their wingers or who's ever against the boards cut to the middle. Just outraces Melrose here. You're going to see one of the best one-on-one, but Larocque does get a piece of it off his pad high in the corner. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another power play goal. We've had 5 of them, 3 by the Leafs, 2 by the Flames. I guess the point is, stay out of the penalty box.
Well, 44th goal of the season for Kent Nilsson. Chouinard got the only assist, 14:15 the time of the goal in this second period. It's 6-5 for the Maple Leafs. Gallego shot held by Rajan Lemelin to stop the play. Live from Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, this is Hockey Night in Canada.
I'm into having some fun, you see. Good times for you, you and me. Let's break away for the good times feeling free. Breaking away to Canadian, breaking away to the good times.
Kent Nilsson, he's trying to reach the 50-goal plateau and tie a team record. That was set by Guy Chouinard, and those two guys, Nilsson, Chouinard, they have teamed up many a time via the power play. That was a pretty one to watch.